Zion Williamson, it looks like he'll be out for at least 2 more weeks. At least 2 more weeks with he has a hamstring injury, and he is nursing, or he's been nursing a hamstring injury, and I guess there's been a setback. So he's out for 2 more weeks minimum. Zion is another case. We've never seen a case like Zion Williamson in the league ever. And this is what I mean by that. When Zion Williamson is playing, he is one of the best players in the league. Like, you can argue he's a top 10 player in the league when he's playing. His sheer force, his strength, his ability to get to the rim, his passing ability, his dribbling ability, of course, his finishing ability. He's one of the best players in the league, arguably top 10 when healthy. And it also shows when you look at the record when he's on the floor for the Pelicans and when he's off. I mean, he had the Pelican, or when he was playing the Pelican, and this is when he was playing and Brandon Ingram was not. And that's not a shot on Brandon Ingram. That's just saying this team could have been better. But when Zion Williamson was playing, the Pelicans were like, what, number 1 in the West? And now the Pelicans are currently 10th. Zion Williamson, like I said, is unlike anything we've ever seen as far as just the physical presence that he is. However, since college now, he kind of suffers the same thing that a lot of players suffer from, and that is the injury bug. I mean, not a lot of players, but there have been players. I mean, hell, we just talked about Kevin Durant. Zion Williamson is suffering from the injury bug. I will go as far. He is an injury-prone player at this point of his career. Now, of course, that can change, but since coming into the league, he has been injury-prone. I think, usually when it's a size thing, it's due to the knees. Like your knees can't hold that much torque and that much weight. You know what I mean? Which is why I thought it was really good that he was able to. It seemed like he was able to lose weight and get his weight together. So this hamstring injury is different. I mean, you don't know. Is it completely off the bone? We don't know. Here's the thing about Zion Williamson, and this is why I say he's unlike any player we've ever seen. You have as a team when you're the Pelicans, what you have to do is you have to put a target number on the board. And the target number is the amount of games that we expect to have Zion. Okay, maybe there is a player like that, and that is Kawhi Leonard, but that's a different story. The Pelicans are drastically different with or without Zion Williamson. And this is a good Pelicans team. You have Trey Murphy, you have Brandon Ingram, you have CJ McCollum. This is a good team. But this team will go absolutely nowhere without Zion. Load management was kind of built for a player like Zion because of the frequency of injuries that he sustains. I think he's probably the first player, or maybe second now with Kawhi Leonard. But, I'll say first player because of how young Zion Williamson is. He might be the first player where you can't go into the season expecting him to play, you have to put a target date. All right, this is the target date that we can afford him to play or not to play. Now, I know that's crazy to think about, that that's just how it is. Hell, if I was the Pelicans, I'd shut down. I know that again, you have to be real with yourself. You have to be real with yourself. And as an organization, you have to. It's hard because you have to double dutch, or you have to figure out what's more important, the present or the future. You see, you can try to rush Zion Williamson back, because in your mind you're thinking, well, when Zion Williamson's on the floor, we were the number one seed in the West, a West that clearly has the Denver Nuggets and the Sacramento Kings and the Suns and the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. We were number one in the West. And this is even without Brandon Ingram. And now that Brandon Ingram's back, and then you bring Zion Williamson back, we can make some noise. That's one thought. I mean, hell, Jay Williams, there was one point in this season where Jay Williams had the Pelicans coming out of the West. And that was, of course, when they were number one. So you're thinking to yourself, if we can just get Zion Williamson back, we can make some noise. But then there's also thinking, well, you never know with hamstring injuries. Hell, we saw James Harden get a hamstring injury when he was with the Brooklyn Nets. And while he's still good and he's having a really good season, he has not been the same. And you're at a fragile point with Zion Williamson because of the size and the sheer way that he plays. You don't want to mess that hamstring up again. And the fact that he had another setback should tell you, all right, maybe we should just shut it down and just plan for the future. When I mean future, I mean next season and on. And just, I'm not going to say punt on this season because you still have Brandon Ingram. It's still a good team, but maybe not bring Zion back. So do you go with, I remember what we saw when Zion Williamson was playing? Or, yeah, but he had every single time Zion Williamson has an injury, it kind of seems like he has a setback somewhere. So let's just shut him down for the season and then, pick it up next season. I feel bad for Zion, bro. It's again, we've never seen a player like that. And the Pelicans have some decisions to make. Now, of course, Zion Williamson can make the decision as well, saying, hey, now, no player's really going to do this unless you're like Kawhi. But no players are really going to say, hey, I can't do this. I'm not going to play. It just doesn't feel right. Let's just wait till next season. Nobody is going to really do that. But I don't know, man. I feel bad for Zion because, again, this is something unlike we've ever seen. And I say that because, there have been injury-prone players, right? Like Anthony Davis. That's an injury-prone player. And no disrespect to any of these people, but it is what it is. But Zion, Zion's effect on the Pelicans is almost as great as Zion's effect on the Pelicans is the same kind of effect that LeBron James had when he was his early years in the Clippers. With the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just saying. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.